Our correspondent Shazaib Wallah is standing by in Islamabad. Great to have you, Shazaib. Could you first of all give us the latest?
So the first hurdle has passed as both delegations have arrived in Islamabad, even though we are seeing a delay in the starting of these talks. But the Iranian delegation has confirmed that the talks are scheduled for today afternoon. There's still a lot that is being kept secret around these talks. We understand. It's because of the sensitivity of the situation in Islamabad. Pakistani authorities have been very tight-lipped about giving out information regarding these talks. What we know is that before the talks. Be- uh, Before the start of the talks, Iranian negotiation team is holding a meeting with the Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, after which the US side will hold talks with the Pakistani Prime Minister. And if these talks with the Pakistani Prime Minister goes well and both sides believe that there is enough middle ground, then they will move to direct talks. We still don't know if these talks will be face to face or indirect, but there is a high chance that there will be close proximity talks, which effectively means that the US and Iranian delegations will not be face to face, but rather both American and Iranian delegations will be in two different rooms, with Pakistani side being the facilitator. This means that they will be passing on the messages from one room to another, which goes on to show the sensitivity around these talks. Also, to mention that there is a lot of mistrust between both sides. We saw that the Iranian foreign minister has said that that its country is entering these talks with complete mistrust. We know that since yesterday, intense back-channel contacts have continued between Islamabad, Tehran, and Washington. And the Pakistani authorities that we are talking to are hopeful that these talks will go through.
Shazif, it could be a make or break moment for the United States and Iran, yet there's so much uncertainty. As you've just mentioned, they may not even meet face to face. What are the main sticking points then?
Well, for the US, the major demand is the opening of the Strait of Hormuz, and also Iran curtailing its uranium enrichment program. But on the other hand, for the Iranian sides, their demand include the control over the Strait of Hormuz, effectively meaning that they will be able to toll passing vessels, and also they want an end to all military operations against Israel and its allies, and also lifting of all sanctions against Iran. Uh, what is also interesting to know here is the composition of both delegations. For Iran, it's a 71-member high level Iranian delegation, which is being led by Mohammad Bagher Khalibaf, who's the head of the Iranian parliament, and it includes the foreign minister of Iran, the governor of the central bank, and also the secretary of the Supreme National Defense Council. This goes to show that Iranians are looking for concessions on many fronts. Uh, and they're going to and they're giving the impression that they are coming with a heavy bench. On the other hand, the US Vice President JD Vance, leading a relatively smaller delegation, is giving an impression that US will be quickly able to understand if the Iranians are serious about the talks or not. But one thing is for sure, that both sides have deep mistrust for each other, and it is still unclear if moving forward there will be more demands of concessions from both sides.
Now, Shazib, earlier you mentioned how Pakistani officials are being tight-lipped about this, demonstrating probably how delicate a balancing act that they're dealing with. Now, Pakistan, of course, brokered this ceasefire, but it's been chaotic, as we know. Have they botched it, or are they optimistic? What are Islamabad's hopes?
Well, the Pakistani authorities are hoping for a positive outcome, but still there are many hurdles. It's going to be a long day of negotiations here in Islamabad. For Pakistan, it is their biggest diplomatic achievement in decades, where firstly they have been able to mediate a ceasefire between US and Israel, even though we have seen that it's a fragile one, but it's holding on. And now they are hosting both sides to hold negotiations. For Pakistan, this puts the country on world map as a facilitator of peace. We still don't know whether the talks could lead to some kind of deal or agreement, which seems highly unlikely.
Well, Shazaib Wallah in Islamabad, thank you for that update.